I'll do it. I'll do it from
Hey,
top.
I was not volunteering.
Don't say anything. What is it called again? Sorry. Why is the word hole in a protocol? Let me close all on websites I had open. Love you, Kanam. Maybe coder guys. I'm number one. Oh shit.
So hi everyone, quickly wanting to set some context before we start the video. In this video, we have Tanmay and Kash, and we're taking Tanmay through his first open source contribution. Now what does that mean? It basically means Tanmay will be solving a bug in a company that has put their codebase out for everyone to see. What is this company? The company is called Wormhole and it lets you bring assets from one blockchain to another. It's a very beginner friendly video, so if you did not understand that, don't worry about it. We'll be taking things up from the very basics and understand everything that goes into making an open source contribution. We'll also be introducing Wormhole grants, so if you already know a little bit of coding, feel free to apply for a grant, but if not, I have two important announcements for you. Announcement number one, I'll myself be releasing a beginner friendly 2-hour deep dive into Wormhole, so you can wait for that video and then apply for a grant. Or if you want to learn more closely from me, I'll be announcing something in 2 days, so look out for that. With all that context, let's get right into the video and let's help Tanmay make his first open source contribution.
Welcome to a new video. We have Tanmay sir and Kash sir with us here to help us contribute into a new open source repo, a very nice project that Kash helped me find. I did a poll yesterday asking who do you want on the channel, and Tanmay sir outbeat everyone. So
He beat me as well.
Yes, he beat everyone.
Wow, shocking. Okay.
Of course, because who the fuck are you?
That was the joke.
You know how many FIRs I have? Do you even know? Anyway, nice to be here, dude. I just want to warn everyone that I don't know how to code for jack. I just exploit engineers for views on my channel. That's the closest to coding that I get. In fact, I'm going to be creating my GitHub account for the first time today, so I'm excited. Not that I'm a curious person in general and I'm open to learning. No, it's just slut for views. That's my overall characteristics. That's who I am. Mutaikon.
People sort of are beginning to open source their code bases, especially very important in Web3 and AI, where like you want to know what's running behind the scenes because you don't want your money to be stolen. So since the projects are out there, a very nice way to get hired is just start contributing to them. So we'll do that today in this repository called Wormhole. So have any of you tried Wormhole in the past?
I have tried Wormhole, but I don't really trade or do much in crypto with my funds, but I've just tinkered around with it. Cash, however, is a degenerate. Kash probably has tried it.
I've tried it more than a few times, mostly just their normal asset bridge. So I haven't used their information transfer protocol much. But yeah, I've bridged mostly from Ethereum over to Solana, where the fees are much cheaper for degenerates like myself. But yeah, so that's mostly just through Portal itself. And then I think I've probably interacted with a few dApps that are powered by Wormhole on the back end for their own bridges. But yeah, still pretty light in terms of like deep understanding of how the code works.
Yeah. So since we want to keep it beginner friendly, we won't be contributing to the protocol directly. We'll be contributing to their documentation just to like kick things off. Tanmay, if you don't mind sharing your screen. Yeah. So I see, Tanmay, you've recently created your GitHub account.
I have. And my account name is Tanmay Bhat Coding Genius.
Nice. Yeah, so let's maybe quickly go through the thing, like GitHub and what it lets you do. It basically lets you create what are called repositories, which is where you host your code. So you see a green button that says create a new repository in the middle of the screen. Or yeah, create repository at the top left. You can click on either of these and it'll let you create a place where you can push any code. So you just have to put in...
Do I let it be private or public?
I think
anyone on the internet, public. Just
got nothing to hide.
Yeah,
coding genius. Show off the code.
I broke GitHub. Immediately I broke GitHub. I've broken it. Name your new repository. What should we name it? Wormhole experiment.
Sounds great.
All right.
Perfect.
Oh shit, big words.
Yeah, exactly. So from here is where like things get a little difficult. You have a repository where you can push your code, but like putting code there is sort of hard. We'll sort of start with someone else's repository, which is basically the Wormhole folks. So if you go to the link that I've posted in the chat, yeah. So just like you created a repository, the Wormhole folks have created
repositories. Got it. This is mine. Obviously significantly better than anything on GitHub.
The top left. So the one called Wormhole. If you go here, you'll basically see all the code of Wormhole that sort of holds billions of dollars, all open source. So anyone can basically read through it.
Got it.
So if you want to explore it, feel free to, although this is like very difficult stuff, even I don't understand, but there's an Ethereum repo folder here, a Bitcoin folder here. The Bitcoin is introduced recently. If you might have heard, Wormhole is now adding Bitcoin support. So basically you can track all these changes here.
Can I delete them? I can't.
So you can try to delete them. That's where the two new concepts come in, which are at the top of this repo, issues and pull requests.
Let me guess. Issues are all the issues that people have with the code. That people have looked at the open source code and they're like, isme problem hai, isme problem hai, isme problem hai. Correct?
Exactly.
I'm a genius.
To what degree are the issues created by the core team versus by the community in a typical open source project? I mean, I understand anybody can create issues, but like, is it the case that typically like Wormhole is creating most of these issues and then asking for contribution? Or is it the community is seeing issues and then solving their own issues as well?
Yeah, so there's both, but usually it's core contributors who are actively working on the project that create them. So you can find
a lot of issues for me, Kash.
It's going to be this video is going to be 8 hours, right? So we have plenty of time.
So the other important concept is pull requests. So if you ever want to fix an issue, which is what we'll be doing today, you request the maintainers to sort of merge your change in. You can't delete a folder if you want, but you can request for the folder to be deleted.
So I can politely request saying, please delete.
Yes. And like GitHub has checks in place. So if you open any one of these pull requests, you can see the change they've made. So if you want to delete the folder, the maintainers and everyone on the internet can, if you click on it and click on the files change thing at the top right.
8 files have been changed.
Yeah. So if you delete the folder, like everyone can see that change and hopefully they don't merge it in.
How common of an attack vector is this, that people merge in malicious code under the auspice of being a normal value add contributor?
Repositories like these are very heavily audited. Anything is merged. It doesn't go to the portal bridge, for example, directly. A lot of audits happen before it finally reaches the place where people can actually interact with it.
Security tight, basically.
Yes, for sure.
One can't just come and be like, put a fucking song lyric on it and it just goes in.
Yeah. Oh, it's like the airports in India where there's like guards at the door, then there's guards at the check-in,
yes.
And there's guards at security, and then there's guards at the gate. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the gist of how to contribute. Now let's make an actual contribution. So this is a very difficult repo to touch because it's like the core protocol. So what we'll do is we'll find a different repository maybe. So if you go to the organization, perfect. There's a repo here called the xDApp book, which is basically the book that you can look at as a developer if you want to start contributing to Wormhole. If you scroll down a little, you'll see the actual website where it is hosted, book.wormhole.com.
Oh, so this is where people can come learn how to make dApps on Wormhole. And I believe there's some sort of a grant also that Wormhole is giving for folks to build on it.
Kash, do you want to explain that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the xgrants program was recently launched by Wormhole and the Wormhole Foundation to support builders who are building cross-chain dApps, right? So if you use the kind of concepts in this book and then you want to apply, they have multiple different categories from kind of small things, which might be just incremental improvements, to full-on kind of moonshot venture-backable products. Wormhole will give you money for free if you build something cool and apply for it. So I think that's just xgrants, and we can do a little wipe right here where it shows the website.
Got it. And what's the size of the grant, do you know?
The largest grant goes up to $250,000. Obviously, that's for like the much bigger, more developed ideas. But I think they start like a normal grant would probably be in the range of like $500 to $5,000 would be my guess. Through Super Team, we're doing Instagrants, which are micro grants from $1,000 to $10,000 for content, for community, for code, for really anything at all. So you can check those out if you want to get involved.
Got it. Cool. Okay. So this is a website. Now what, Kiran?
So this is a website, but like every website has some code based on which it's sort of written and hosted on the internet. If you go to the repo we were in, which is this one, this hosts all the code of the website. In fact, if you open them side by side, you can actually very well compare the code and the website. So if you open the source folder here, which is usually where all the code is hosted, src, here you see all these titles. And if you open the website that we were just at, so the website has like the first section is called xDApps. And if you go to the code, you can basically see a file called xDApps or a folder called xDApps right here, hopefully somewhere. Maybe not. Can you click on the Wormhole folder, which is the last folder here? Perfect. And if you go to the website, do you see a Wormhole title? Yeah, in the left
What
side.
is Wormhole? Is there?
Exactly. There you go. So there's the point number 2 here, or what is Wormhole? The code for this is hosted in the folders that you've opened on the left. If you search for what is Wormhole here, you should hopefully see it. Yeah, there you go. Fourth file from the top in this folder.
There it is. Okay.
So basically this MD file, which is of what's called markdown file, is what's hosting the code on the website. If you make a change here, it'll automatically appear on the website.
Oh, cool. Let's not though. Oh, so if I click on code here, the code opens here.
So this is how it looks in markdown. As you see, there's a hash in front of what is Wormhole.
So I can write like it was introduced in 1945. Oh, it's read only. God damn it.
You got to hit that pencil, I think, right?
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
Oh, fork this repository. I don't want to fork and all.
you can do it. I don't think anything bad will happen there, and you'll eventually have to do it. Yeah, go for it.
You have to fork, don't you? Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Update your fork.
Let's do it. There we go.
Nice.
Pretty smooth.
Whole V1 was introduced in 2020 by... Oh, got it. Okay.
So now if you want to make it 1980, feel free to.
Oh, I can.
Yes.
Okay. It was 1980. Why is not this fun?
Cool.
Oh, I can do it. This is too much power. I don't want this. I will fuck around way too much. And I will
He's going to rock it.
Too much.
He's going to be at the top of the contributor charts on GitHub. He's just going to be sabotaging docs all
We
around.
don't know why we called it Wormhole. Why is the word hole in a protocol name? No clue, but kind of sus.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Cool.
Commit changes. Let's see if this one gets approved. If they're just, it's Tanmay. Maybe Tanmay's only would do good stuff. Let's let it come through.
All right. Cool.
Cool.
Okay, understood. Okay, we're gonna go. How do I? This is on the fork version, right? This is what I will then submit as a pull request, saying, "Hey, make the change."
Exactly. So this was great, but let's try to make a contribution that they might actually merge.
Like a real one. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So as you can see, this project is mostly like a lot of documentation. And in these projects, the best thing to do is find a typo or like add more docs or fix something that you think is like erroneous, usually in just the docs, not the actual code. And there are no issues in this repository. It's like a very inactive sort of a repository. So what we have to do now is find a bunch of typos or things that we can add to the repo. To find typos, the best way is the way that I found is if you go to the pull requests here in this repository, it already has like 2 pull requests. If you open the first one, here if you look at the changes, this person also found a few typos and fixed them with a bunch of other things that they did. So if you scroll down a little, there's a typo on line is this 24, where wormhole is typed incorrectly as wormhole.
Ah, got it. Okay.
So maybe what we can do is we can look for a similar change throughout this repo, and maybe somewhere else also there's a typo that looks the same.
Okay. How do we look?
The ideal way is to clone the project locally, open it in Notepad, TextPad, whatever. But there's an easy way. Since we're in GitHub, you can just search for the incorrect string, which is wormhole. You can just copy it from line 24, right? There you go. This one. Yeah, you just search for this throughout the project. So the way to do that is if you scroll to the top, there's a search button at the top left. So
in next tab book.
Exactly.
Wormhole. Oh, something came up.
Hey.
Oh,
there we go.
Cool.
So
okay, cool. So I go here. I go to this README
exactly
file. Oh,
now you
man.
have to
Oh, you dum-dums. Who writes wormhole? God, code is read only. Okay, I click on pencil. You must be on a branch to make a proposed change to this file. What is a branch, bro?
Yeah, so this is where things get a little complicated. Since we reached here, like via the search, it sort of took you to something that's called a branch. We just need to navigate to this file again. Normally.
Wormhole local validator, right?
Exactly.
Local validator.
So
okay. So I go to local validator. So I'll do it. I'll do it.
Hey, I was not volunteering.
Don't say anything.
Cool.
What is it called again? Sorry. Local validator. Okay,
Yeah.
so I can go. I can't search directly. I went to xdap book. In xdap book, source.
He's getting it.
Source, local validator. Where will it be? Under dApps? No, we went to Wormhole. I went to Wormhole overview. We came here, but I don't know how to find local. I can't just search or what?
So I can give you a hint if you'd like.
Yeah.
If you open this in a new tab and search there, you'll see exactly where it is. So,
I got it. Here, if
It's like a little treasure hunt right now. This is nice.
yeah, that's most of what like coding is, just treasure hunt.
Treasure hunts and Google searches.
so it's under projects / Wormhole local validator. So where is projects now? I need to find projects. Oh, projects, brother. It's under projects. Under projects.
Oh, brother. I think you're under projects within the source folder. That's why. You got to go like up a level to just projects.
Oh, okay. On the main thing.
I think so.
So I'm on xdap. I went to xdap. Under projects. Wormhole local. Brother, I'm here. Read me. It's a read me file. Read me. Yo. Code. Pencil. Now I need to find Wormhole. I found it. Wormhole. Submit, commit changes.
Yes.
Oh man, update. Excel description.
You goddamn idiots. Misspelled your own name.
Yeah. You silly goose. You misspelled your own name. Can't believe I had to quit being a comedian, take up a new career, just to come fix this for you.
Money, please.
Prayer emoji? Money, please. 50K USD minimum. Love you, Kanam. Love it. All right, I've done create pull request.
Let's do it.
Oh, brother, I have done it. You silly goose. Okay, allow my maintainers. All right. Maybe coder guys. I'm number one. Oh shit! Some red things have come.
That's fine. They'll figure it out from here.
Oh.
So it's basically telling you if someone has to review it, and then only then it'll merge.
Where do I see my? Oh, I can go. I want to see this on the thing. I want to see this in their thing. Sorry, this sentence sounds weird.
Let me look inside of the wormhole. I want to see my thing inside of the wormhole.
Like I want to see pull request here. Oh, there it is. My pull request has come, and if I click on it, what does it say? You silly goose. You spell your own name. Cool.
That's awesome.
Cool. Chat, I coded. Are you happy? Chat's also happy. Yay.
Awesome.
Yay. Oh,
Yay.
Chat's happy.
Okay, sit now. Enough. Stop. All right, cool.
Coding genius out here.
Yeah.
This was great.
Yeah.
This was awesome.
Wormhole. I should do this for every major project. I should just go on Microsoft and look for Microsoft and just correct their spelling mistake.
And your resume is just contributor to Wormhole, contributor to Microsoft, contributor to Google.
I'm just autocorrect at this point. Cool.
I had one question, actually, Kirat. If we can go back, Tanmay, if you can go to like the edit screen for like as if you were going to add an issue. As if you were editing any of these things. Okay. So I see that it says preview, it says code, and then it says blame. Is that actually for developers just to point fingers and be like, no, it was Tanmay's fault? Or like, what does that actually do over there?
Well, if you look at it, it actually shows you who touched this line last. So you could say it's for blaming people. So you can see who touched this file last. So as soon as Tanmay's pull request is merged, you'll see his name here. For example, it says 10 months ago, there was this pull request that got merged in that updated the README. That's what touched this file last. So like you can look at who touched it, sort of like blaming. I've always wondered if that's why they like named it blame.
Spaceman Dev that Git.
Shout out to the homie, Dave Burrell, Giga Chad himself.
Who's this?
This is Dave Burrell. He is the developer advocate for Jump. Used to work on Wormhole, now doing their gaming stuff. We met him in Delhi. He had that crazy face mask. Great guy. Great guy.
Cool.
So yeah, if you want to see more of his things, you can click on Insights a little bit above. If you see Insights.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Perfect. And if you click on Contributors on the left, you can basically see everyone who's ever contributed ranked by how much they've contributed.
Oh.
And you'll see yourself here as soon as your pull request gets merged.
Oh,
Are those
in
pluses
in this list?
Yes, you'll be in this list.
In your face, Dave. I'm at the same level as you.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Bull market numbers, I see. Cool. Good times. Good times. Appreciate it. And since then, it's just down only. We're all chilling right now.
Awesome. This is great. Yeah, that's it. That's your first open source contribution.
Oh, cool. So now for folks who want to apply to xgrants, what do? They come check out the repo.
Yeah. So Wormhole in itself is sort of a very hefty project. I am myself learning it, and I'll release a video very soon where I explain it end to end, like a very long 2-hour video. You can either wait for that or you can go directly in. There are very nice documentations where sort of I'm learning from as well, the XDAP book being one of them. If you understand it well, if you feel like you can create a project that's cross-chain, actually, do one of you mind explaining what cross-chain means? I think people don't know Wormhole very well yet on my channel.
Yeah, for sure. So the fundamental problem with a lot of these blockchains, right, is that they are basically islands. They're isolated and can really only talk to things that are happening within the individual blockchain. That's a problem, right? There are multiple of these different islands. Ethereum is one, Solana is another, Avalanche, and so on and so forth. And it would be really nice if users and developers could kind of coordinate across all the islands. So this kind of industry has emerged called bridges, of which Wormhole makes one called Portal. And that allows both assets and critically information to transfer between the different islands, between the different blockchains, so that if you're a developer, you can get more users for your dApp. If you are a user, you can move around and try more dApps and experience more different flavors. And ultimately, hopefully kind of bring everybody together such that it doesn't feel so tribalistic in crypto. That's the kind of purpose of bridges and going cross-chain.
Yeah, that's a great explanation. For developers, it's basically if you want to move Ethereum, the native ETH token to Solana, you can do that using Wormhole. Kash has done that many times. He's tried to move assets from Ethereum to Solana. So a bunch of use cases might be if you want to create a multi-chain NFT marketplace where you can let people buy Ethereum NFTs using Solana. I think that'll go viral on day 0 itself.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
Nice.
Yeah, but how to buy ETH NFTs using Sol?
Exactly. Cool. So figuring that out, I think it's a great use case. And there are a bunch of other ideas here on the xgrants page. So if you feel like contributing, creating a project, if you're not prepared yet, just wait for like 2 weeks. I'll create a very detailed long video and then it should be fairly easy. And I'll myself try to apply for one of these grants, maybe live, and then we can go from there.
All the best to you and all the best to everybody else who's watching. Apply for the xgrants, but don't get your hopes high because after what I just did, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be getting the $250,000 grant for myself. And hopefully the people at Wormhole will look at this video and appreciate what I did. I created my GitHub account thanks to you and I love it. So is this what you guys do? Like everyone's on GitHub all day committing things and pulling things and blaming people.
Sounds like my kind of place. Sounds like a good time.
Yep, more or less.
Dude, we should do a video where you teach me how to use Copilot.
We should do it 100%.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Next time. All right. Thanks, dude. All the best, guys.